All right, everybody, day one, this is like orientation, getting the groundwork in, kind of lay of the land, what's going to be happening over the next 6 weeks and things. But I really wanted to spend a moment to talk to you about the core concept that drives everything we're doing, not just in this journey, but every journey that we create here at Digital Discipleship. The core thought process behind why we're doing these rhythms in following Christ, these daily things. And that is this core idea that Jesus shows us, which is we are spirit with a body. Not a body with a spirit, not mostly body with a little bit of spirit. The very core, the very nature of what we are, where we come from is the very breath of God, the Spirit of God. And we live in this world. In John's chapter 15 through 17, Jesus is speaking with his disciples and even praying for his disciples. And this is the core thing he's really getting at, is that we are in this world, but not of it. Meaning that we are in it. Yes, we have a body and we live within the structure that God created and the beauty that God created indeed, but yet we are not of it because the very nature of who we are comes from the breath of God. And even in Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, where we see Jesus in the wilderness, his first temptation and test is about feeding his natural body over the spiritual fasting and spiritual things he was doing. And his response is, man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. He's quoting from earlier in Scripture in the Old Testament, which we'll talk about in this journey at some point. No, don't want to have too many spoilers there. But with this idea, he's showing us that the thing that really sustains us is not just this natural world. The true nature that sustains us is the very nature that we are spirit, the Spirit of God dwelling and living and breathing inside of us. And that is the core concept that will carry us through this entire detox. Because when we get to the times of fasting and things, you're going to be challenged to think, well, it's not necessary to do this or to do that because this is what sustains me. This is real life. But I challenge you just right off the top to any time saying, no, I am spirit with a body. Anytime that comes up in your mind that I am spirit with a body, and what I'm doing right now is I'm going to feed my spirit. I'm going to make space in my time, in my day, to do these devotionals, do these challenges, to create a new rhythm in following Christ. And answering that big question of how do I have a desire, but how do I, as we talked about earlier today, remembering that you are spirit with a body. We do not live by the things of this world only, but by the very words of God. And that's what we're going to be studying, spiritually understanding, and naturally applying in our lives for the next 6 weeks.